After my last video, where you saw Boris, one of my volunteers, digging out all the coouch grass from this area and left it empty of all the metal, I have now had to go all along the top, which I said I would do. All along the top, I've moved the metal further up because I've had to dig now into this ridge or tier, because the roots of the coouch was going behind this drain. This was the area where there was some coouch coming that Boris dug out, and then I traced some more roots back to this ridge. I've now pulled the metal right up further. It's taken me a long time to dig out this whole ridge. I've put big stones on the top, and also round this drain, you can't see it now, but one of these yellow bags, I made a hole in it and pulled it all the way back up this drain and under the metal, and that's why the metal and the stones are high now to cover the plastic. And this has been a long job, and as you can see, I've now relayed all the metal that I had down before, which did stop 99% of the coouch. And the only reason it came back here and was growing, that Boris had to get rid of for me, was it was coming, as I say, from higher up behind here. He took out the big amount for me that there was no way I could dig out. It was so rooted by the drain. And what I will do is continue to put ash down, which actually, if you smother it, that's how most of this area wasn't coouch. It just needed digging out to make sure there were no more roots. As I say, the coouch reassembled in the ridge, which I hadn't done with metal before, and all the other areas along here I had put ash. So ash is a great way, just suffocate any coouch with it. And I've gone higher up now. I've put everything back, some plastic. This side wall was actually made by another volunteer previously, which you would have seen in one of my videos. And I've made the plastic bags go up this a little bit, so that if coouch does reappear, it can't grow out the ground in this area. So I'll show you the outside of this wall. I wanted a proper edge to this area. As you can see, it's on a tier, hence why I made this growing area. I'm not sure what I'm going to put it in this year. Here I had thrown some chard seed and some other seeds as I prepare things in the kitchen. Sometimes I just throw seeds in this space. Again, this area was treated with ash, so there's no coouch there. I haven't quite finished doing this ridge yet. I'm almost there. I've got one more bit of metal here that I can use and a few more bags. I just need to finish weeding just this little top area, just up to the bucket there, and as you can see, coming down the drain. And I will do the same thing here, remove these big rocks and make a hole in one of the bags and pull it right up over the drain. The drains are going to be the areas where coouch likes to develop mostly. So I know it looks a great mess at the moment after Boris left it so tidy, but I said to him I just want stage 1 done by you and completely empty the area, which he did. A wonderful job. I thank him so much for that. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. As I say, it's been a case of taking all these rocks out, putting all plastic and metal much further up. I did a great job getting rid of the coouch all by this one massive bit that was left before. And now hopefully that will be the final end of it. So finishing off today and then starting to refill this area. It will be a slow job because I want to cut lots more of the olive leaves and the olive twigs and put them in the bottom first, and that takes ages. Just a big wheelbarrow full takes me half a day to snip. If I'm lucky I'll get 3 barrows done. As I say, I want to finish weeding first. So yeah, there's a lovely mess, but at least this shows you what the underneath looks like. And the metal, the reason for that, it is fine to use the metal, and that definitely gets rid of the coouch. Everywhere I had the metal was coouch free, plus the ash on any spare areas. So I think in future, it looks like we might not have to have our fire this winter, which would be great. But if we do, I will actually put it all along the top here where you can see the grass. So it will go sort of behind these rocks, because everywhere else is really covered now. Because coouch travels for miles with the roots. You'll never totally 100% get rid of it, but you need to deal with it as soon as you see it. So my tip is ash. Smother it with ash. Okay, next stage is complete. I finished weeding in this corner and anything coming through the rocks. I have now completely covered all the metal, and it's been lined with wood and cardboard and the plastic. I've got this one bit left that I don't need. So it's just the same as growing in tinned raised beds now, basically. As I say, all the metal is completely covered. It's just purely a base. I don't lose any water. And as you can see, I've used any compost I still have to start the bed going, because these drains are working, so obviously I want them to not just be going into nothing. So I've put the compost there, and as I say, I think my next stage will be to cut some more olive leaves and completely line this with those, and that does take some time. It's a very large bed. And what will I plant here? Well, I was thinking about it, and I think because the kitchen is literally behind that lemon tree, I think this will be a mixed bed, like a kitchen garden. So if we want to quickly decide to make a salad or need some vegetables to go with dinner, I think if I make this a mixed bed, this will be like the kitchen garden. A variety of different stuff that I can just go out and grab as required. But who knows, I may yet change my mind. We'll see. I've got to look at all my garden plan again and go from there. It's beginning to look a lot better now, starting to look like a growing area. And these are the ones in the cat bags. We've had quite a lot of tomatoes off of these already. And as I said before, you can pinch the top off to stop them growing and producing better tomatoes on the bottom. But we find we don't have to do that here because they grow rather well. So we pinch some out but leave others. So we have a long season of tomatoes here pretty much continual, particularly as some grow faster than others dependent on where we grow them. So again, a good mixture of different types of tomatoes here, from plum tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, lots of different types and different sizes. I've also got a few of the great big round tomatoes growing. So as you can see, the cat bags that I put in other containers just to stand them up, so I can have 2 or 3 in each container. And as I've said before, I actually make holes with a hole puncture in the bottom of the cat bags and then turn the tops over so that when you water in them they don't crumple over at the tops. And again, one of the old toilet cisterns here growing. So that's a quick update how they're all doing right now. So until next time, Meraki.